Hi guys. So before I start, comment your thoughts on this video. I want to comment. I want to see people commenting. Because that way we can both learn. Okay. But I'm gonna give you my take on summer stocks historically and what I think this year are good. And then rest of the year stocks. Companies. So let's get right into it. Historically good summer stocks I think are going to be good this year. In no particular order. Amazon, Nvidia, Expedia, and Apple. I looked historically they have good records the last 10 years in the summer, and we've all heard sell May go away, markets down in May. They're good in April, down in May, good in June, kind of easy, not very volatile growth in not high growth either. In the summer, and then in September and October, you hit the trash can again, and everything goes downhill. Historically speaking, that's the worst months line up in that prediction. Like that, the best months are the easiest months are in the summer. Best months are the first quarter of the year. Stuff like that. That's just historically speaking. So let's get right into it. Amazon, the growth prospects, they've been growing. They're growing their profits significantly, expanding their business lines, shipping, all that. Their cloud is getting increasingly better. Every quarter it's better. So I would say long-term Amazon's a good buy. Is it at the price? At the price they're at right now, it's a different story. So we're going to get right back to that. But balance sheet, is fairly good. I don't think. But historically speaking, it's a good stock. So maybe for the summer, you want to hold that as a growth stock. So as you saw, there's 4 companies are more growth. Maybe not Expedia, but the others, they're growth stocks. Let me pull up Amazon. So Amazon's price is probably about $1,800 right now. Once my computer loads, $1,900. Okay, I was close, guys. The long term, it would have more an effect. Short term, I really think it's a growth stock. The economy stays good. If everything stays good, chances are Amazon will grow. Amazon stock, they might be $2,200 by the end of the year. It's at $1,900 right now, or by the end of the summer. I mean, we never know. But I think that's important to look at as well. On top of everything else, is what it's at now. But I'd say in general, Amazon historically has performed well. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't this year. Nvidia historically has performed well. Has performed pretty well this year, I believe. I don't know anything about the company really. I don't understand that sector at all, which is why I never talk about it. So Nvidia is something historically it's performed well. Look to the balance sheets and all. I really don't see a reason why they wouldn't continue to perform well. They've released new products, things like that. So I don't see a reason why they wouldn't perform well. But I don't understand anything about it, so you really shouldn't listen to me. Expedia. So here's one that really you can apply more to life. Makes sense. And actually Apple's the same way. Why it makes Amazon, it's a bit separate. It's more like this is just a trend. They make money and all. Expedia, travel agency. Expedia's a travel agency. So how that works is, let me just double check there. Yeah, Expedia's a travel agency. I just want to double check that. Expedia's a travel agency. More people travel in the summer, so of course they're going to use more travel agents than in January, March. In rainy old March, April. So yeah, that's why Expedia rises. You can apply it to life. They've done fairly well. I'd say for the summer, I don't see any reason why they wouldn't continue a trend. And Apple, the final stock that I looked historical top 10 in the last 10 years, that I can see reason that they would do good. Others I'd steer clear from. One of them was banks. Because the interest rate environment is so unpredictable right now. I'd get in banks earlier because you thought they were going to rise, but now we're they're going to drop for some reason. I really am against it. If you haven't picked up in the last few videos, I'm against dropping the rates. The banks aren't going to benefit from that. So yeah, that could create some issues. for the banks. So I was going to say steer clear of banks just because we don't really know. Unless you're certain on things. So aside from banks, Apple. Here's one. They announced new products. They released new products in September. So there's all this hype building up around these released patents, things like that, leaks. That hype builds hype in the stock. Doesn't mean it's valued at that price, but builds hype in that stock. The stock rises through the summer. Might be 215 by the end of the summer. It's 195 now, I believe. Might be 215 by the end of the summer, just off hype. And they might make more money off their services because they're announcing their services. So we'll see. What typically happens then is they have a poor quarter. They don't sell their phones because they're not revolutionary. They don't sell their iPod, whatever crap they're selling now. They don't sell as well, so they drop after that. Then people catch on and people start buying the devices. Now it's different this year because the services, the news, which I think is out already, but they're streaming. So we're gonna see what happens there, see if people like it, but there's gonna be hype around the stock. I think your best picks, Apple's probably your best pick. There's gonna be hype around the stocks. There's gonna be, around Apple stock and new products and all that. So I think Apple might be your best pick for the summer. Keep in mind, I am not trained. I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't take these for granted. This is just my opinion. But do your own research before you do anything. But yeah. Comment below your thoughts. What you think. If you think you agree with me, disagree, any other picks you saw. I just went off the historical best summer the last 10 years I looked at. But yeah, tell me what you think. Thanks. Bye. Oh, never mind. Rest of the year stocks. Now this is so much harder to predict. But I got a list. My little notepad, you see. Starbucks. Here's why. Starbucks is working to expand in Asia. It's a massive growth platform. I don't know if they'll make it, but I think even expanding, they'll make more money. I think the number of people they'll tap into, it's popular. It's just there are local chains like Starbucks typically in Asia. But I don't know. I think they'll be able to compete. They've done very well in the U.S. They're expanding to Asia internationally. That push, it's a huge market, so that could be a move for them. Facebook still has the antitrust issues. I don't really... Oh God, the computer just shut down. Here we go. So I don't really see that as a big issue. Johnson & Johnson. Here's my thing. Healthcare's been beaten down this year. Long-term view, amazing business cycle. All parts of the business cycle, you need Band-Aids. The healthcare company, the stuff they provide, you need. It's not like this high-end stuff. It's not insurance. It's like Band-Aids. It's stuff you need, and use on a month-to-month basis. Whether you don't have any money or whether you're gonna need, ointment or of some point. The stuff they produce is staples. You have to have some of them. And they've been hammered by the lawsuits, the talc powder lawsuits that are linked to cancer. I don't know if they're gonna. The lawsuits have been going on for a while. I don't know if they're gonna come to anything. The company's stayed, they've made money. Stock's done fine, relative for all the issues they had. So healthcare is beat down. One reason I don't like healthcare is because we don't really know what's gonna happen in the U.S. with nationalizing healthcare with the private sector. So I have another company, with that. But yeah. So I see as healthcare stock in the business cycle, how this acts in late stage. This is a great company, I think, for the rest of the year or maybe 2 years. I think the end of the business cycle, this is a good healthcare company to be in if you want to expose to healthcare. I don't know if healthcare is the best area to be in right now. You saw my video Friday about Exxon, and Chevron. They got good balance sheets. They're very good companies. and with the rising oil prices as we see now, you saw my take is negative. I would say between the two, Exxon and Chevron though. Chevron walked away from the $32 billion Anadarko deal, and that shows capital discipline. So that's really my only comment on that. I really don't think you should be in oil ever, at least in this climate. But if you were to go in oil, energy, Chevron I think would be the best buy. They show that they can walk away from a tempting deal. Centene. Centene is this healthcare company I found. They work with insuring, with the government insuring Medicare tools and all that. So I think they're a healthcare insurer. They benefit from Medicare. The government sponsored programs. And I think government has so much money that they just hand out. Anything you can get in business, like construction. But any business you get in with the government, federal government, especially with healthcare, because they're so free with that nowadays, it's good. So I think that's a company, this trend towards more healthcare by the government. Centene is an insurer that you can go with and stick to. Because once something's in the government, it's not leaving. So I think we're going to leave to what we have at now. Centene's I'd say a good company. They just had they had a stock split in February. Their stock's done very well. That's basically what I tried to say there. So Centene, it's good pick. I'd say Centene probably is my favorite of this list. Because United Healthcare and CVS, I like CVS because of what they're trying to do, but with the Aetna deal, my fear is that might not matter because the government makes insurance more complicated every year. There's more things, and it's hard to do business as they get more involved. And really, what's happening is Aetna's at risk, and we don't really know what's going to happen. Centene, we're going to have some sort of government presence in healthcare, and Centene is an insurer. It's benefiting from that. So I think Centene is my favorite pick. Comment your thoughts below. If you want me to do any specific video on any of these companies, let me know. As well as commenting your thoughts and any specific videos, okay? So, see you guys. I know it's a longer video. Have a great week. Bye-bye.